Hi, this is Rob Kopp, the pastor of the United Methodist Church in Thief River Falls, Minnesota. This vlog entry is for Sunday, February 19th, 2012, which is Transfiguration Sunday. And so our text is the Transfiguration story as it comes to us from the Gospel of Mark. 6 days later, Jesus took with him Peter and James and John and led them up a high mountain apart by themselves. And he was transfigured before them. And his clothes became dazzling white, such as no one on earth could bleach them. And there appeared to them Elijah and Moses, who were talking to Jesus. Then Peter said to Jesus, "Rabbi, it is good for us to be here. Let us make 3 dwellings, one for you, one for Moses, and one for Elijah." He did not know what to say, for they were terrified. Then a cloud overshadowed them, and from the cloud came a voice, "This is my Son, the Beloved. Listen to him." Suddenly, when they looked around, they saw no one with them anymore, but only Jesus. Lent is a season of repentance. And this has traditionally, in many times, in many places, been interpreted to be about repentance from individual sin. What I'd like to suggest for us as we go into this season of Lent, we focus our attention on communal repentance, that we begin again to turn away from those things which cause harm, which create suffering in our world, and those things which may lead to suffering. I've been reading a book by John Cobb Jr., who is a retired theology professor from Claremont Seminary. The book is titled Spiritual Bankruptcy, A Prophetic Call to Action. Dr. Cobb explores and examines the ways in which our way of life, our patterns of consumption and use are leading us to a likely catastrophe. We are using the Earth's resources and to such an extent that they can't be replenished, and our population, world population of humans, continues to grow, and with it a way of life that consumes more and more resources. Regardless of where we might be on this politically, wherever we are politically in the spectrum, this much is clear. If we continue to consume in the way that we have been, life as we know it will not exist. And so we have to change. We have to move in a different direction. I think it starts with having a sense of wonder about the natural world in which we live. I feel blessed to live in Thief River Falls, in an area where much of the land has not been destroyed or diluted or changed. This morning I woke up and went out cross-country skiing on the river and could look at the trees and the water, frozen as it is, and to move about. Beautiful sunshiny day. There's wonder in that, a wonder which may be less profound than the wonder that the disciples experienced when they were with Jesus on the mountain. But it's wonder nonetheless to be able to have the gift of life, to be able to see such beauty in nature. And that's our place of appreciation and love for the gifts that God has given us. And from that sense of wonder comes a renewed commitment to change our way of life. What I have is a question, really. I don't have the answers to the question. And I hope that together as a community we can move towards answers that are more sustainable. So the question is, out of this sense of wonder and trusting that God intends good for all of God's creation, what are the changes that we can make to our life? And how can we move towards transformation of the way that we live so that life is sustainable, not just for us, but for all of God's creation? All the critters and the people and the plants to live in harmony and in right relationship with each other. How do we do that? We'll explore this more in Sunday worship, and also I invite your comments and thoughts and anything that you wish to share in response to this video. Have a blessed and wonderful weekend, and I look forward to joining you in Lent.